आयुष्यमवाचन्मां प्रसुप्तां सञ्जीवयत्यखिलशक्तिधरस्वधाम्ना अन्यांश्च हस्तचरणश्रवणत्वगादीन् प्राणान् नमो भगवते पुरुषाय तुभ्यं गुरुं हि स्वयं सत्यः प्रज्ञाभक्तिविनीतयः दीप्तिश्चाभिव्रता नित्यं तं गुरुं प्रणमाम्यहम् सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। 37 यो ब्रह्मादितृणान्तदेहनिहितः नानाघटस्थाभ्रवत् जीवोऽयं निरुपाधिकामलसुखज्ञानस्वरूपं बृहत् यो विद्यातिमिरप्रदूषितदृशः नानेह पश्यत्यपि ब्रह्मण्येष समृत्युमञ्चति पुनः मृत्योर्जनेर्जन्म च। आचार्यागमसंस्कृतेन मनसैवाप्तव्यमेतद्बृहत् द्वैतं नास्त्यपि किञ्चिदत्र हि ततः भेदं न पश्येन्मनाक्। देहान्तर्हृदयाब्जगेन मनसा योऽङ्गुष्ठमात्रः पुमान् आस्ते सर्वमहेश्वरस्तमुमुखं ब्रह्मैत्यविज्ञो भयः। निर्धूमाग्निरिवामलोद्युतिमयः अंगुष्ठप्रमाणः पुमान्। Get together. निर्धूमाग्निरिवामलोद्युतिमयोऽङ्गुष्ठमात्रः द्युतिमयोऽङ्गुष्ठप्रमाणः पुमान् ईशानोऽस्य च भूतभव्यभवितुः कालत्रयव्यापकः स ब्रह्मैव शरीरभेदमनुयः नानात्मनः पश्यति भ्रश्यत्येष यथोदकं गिरिशिरे पृष्ठं ततोऽधः पतत्। शुद्धे शुद्धजलं जले विनिहितं शुद्धं यथा जायते ब्रह्मात्मैक्यविदेवमेव भवति ब्रह्मेति निःसंशयम्। एतस्यास्ति परात्मनः किल पुरं ह्येकादशद्वारकम् नित्यज्ञानसुखात्मनो नुमनघः ध्यात्वा भयो मुच्यते। हंसोऽयं दिवि भास्करोऽम्बरतले वायुश्च वेद्यां शुचिः सोमो वा कलशे गृहे सदतिथिः संवर्तते ब्राह्मणः। मर्त्यस्वर्गरताः वाम्बरगतः वाग्धावनीजात्मकः यज्ञाङ्गो गिरिजात्मकः सममयः सत्यस्वभावो महान्। So we have covered the Vyakhyanam of 41 also. Now we will take up 42. Urdhvam pranamyam nayatyaphi tatha ऊर्ध्वं प्राणमयं नयत्यपि तथा ऊर्ध्वं प्राणमयं नयत्यपि तथा Apanam kshipatyapyadha. Apanam kshipatyapyadha. Apanam kshipatyapyadha. Madhye tishtati sevyamanamakhilaha. Madhye tishtati sevyamanamakhilaha. Madhye tishtati sevyamanamakhilaha. Sevyamenam, sorry. Madhye tishtati sevyamenamakhilaha. Punaha. Madhye tishtati sevyamenamakhilaha. Devas sadopasate. Devas sadopasate. Devas sadopasate. Utkrante vapushotra dehini pare. Utkrante vapushotra dehini pare. Utkrante vapushotra dehini pare. No shishyate kinchana. No shishyate kinchana. No shishyate kinchana. Pranapanavashan jivati janaha. Pranapanavashan jivati janaha. Pranapanavashan jivati janaha. Jivatyato sushritat. Jivatyato sushritat. Jivatyato sushritat. So this verse is basically summarizing three mantras. Mantras 3, 4 and 5 of the fifth Valli. The third mantra of the fifth Valli commences with Urdhvam Pranamunnayati. So the same word has been employed here. Urdhvam Pranamayam Nayati. The mantra is Urdhvam Pranamunnayati Apanam Pratyagasyati Madhye Vamanamasinam Vishvedeva Upasate. See, this is how the mantra goes. In this mantra, it is not very difficult to understand, but the import and connecting it is little tricky. We will come to that. Urdhvam pranam unnayati apanam pratyagasyati madhye vamanam asinam vishvedevaha upasate. This is how the mantra goes. I will come to the mantra and bhashya a little later. So the first half of the verse is essentially this mantra's vyakhyan. Urdhvam pranamayam nayatyapi tatha panam kshipatyapyadha madhye tishtati sevyamenamakhilaha devas sadopasate. This is what Rāmarāyaka says. What does he say? I am. See, you should not understand this as pranamayaha, pranamayam. That is not the thing. Okay? Pranam ayam. First we have to split this. It is not a mayat pratyaya here. It is ayam. Ayam is this entity. So this ayam refers to this entity whom we have been describing all these mantras, through these mantras. Okay? Ayam ityukto. So prakrishte yaha atma vivakshitaha saha. That is how we have to understand. Ayam. So it is this Atman urdhvam pranam nayati. Pranam urdhvam nayati. Then he says apanam kshipati api adhaha. So this is something which is being pushed. In fact, there is a saying, and it is our own experience also. that it is the wind which gets into the body through the nostril, performs a variety of functions. Hridiprano Budepanaha Samano Nadhisamsthitaha is a thing. So Bude Apanaha is what he is trying to tell. See, for something to be pushed out of the body also, there is a certain pressure which has to be created inside. Okay? So this pressure which is created inside to flush something out is described as apana. Okay? So now he is saying, so adhaha means something which is being flushed out. So this something which moves out, something which is getting in, and something which enables the transmission of various things into various parts. These are the functions which are being ascribed to Panchaprana. Now he is saying, Urdhvam pranam ayam nayati. Ayam nayati. Nayati. In fact, nayatiti. Chakshuhu is also called as Nayanam. Why Nayanam? Nayatiti Nayanam means it leads us. So Nayati means someone which leads for an event to happen. So if the body has to move, it is an event. So Chakshuhu Nayati takes you. Okay. Similarly here, Nayati means someone who is responsible for something to be thrown out. Okay. So after every breath, something is being thrown out, something is being taken in. So here he says, Urdhvam pranam ayam nayati. This person enables this air to be moving up and flushed out. So something goes in also. A part of it goes to the brain also. So this is something which we have to understand. Urdhvam nayati, something which takes up. So some energy which is responsible for it to push down. Urdhvam pranam ayam nayati. Tatha. Similarly, apanam kshipati. Use kshepaha means something to throw away. Understand? Kshipati means something which is being thrown away. Tatha apanam kshipati adhaha. So the force which is responsible for these things to happen inside the body, then madhye tisthati. So madhye tisthati means so someone who is staying at the center. The center should be understood as metaphorically. So in the central place, it is very, very important. So here one should understand it as hridaye. Madhye tisthati sevyamenam. Yenam sevyam. Sevyam means the one who is to be venerated, respected, one who is to be served. Sevyamenam akhilaha devaha sadopasate. Akhilaha devaha sada upasate. If you look at the way this Upanishad has been describing in the previous things as well as here, so it was earlier describing it as Rathi. Rathi Ratha Kalpana. I am Atma Rathi. Shariram Ratham. So someone is very important. The Chaitanya which is occupying the central location. So that is how Madhye Tisthati Sevyam. So Sevyam means one who is to be, I'll tell you, this word Sevya is someone who is to be served. Assume that you are the servant of someone. then you are always looking for the order which is being given by the Yajamana. You should be always ready to take the call of the Yajamana. Right? So you are someone who is at his mercy, and therefore the other person is Sevya and you are a Sevaka. So here, these functions that happen inside this body, flushing out the unused air or used air and taking in the fresh air and doing certain other flushing operations, are carried out at the command of someone, and that entity is referred to as Sevyam, that is Atman. Madhye tishtati Sevyam yenam. It is the same Atman which is present from Pipilika to Brahma. Brahmadi Pipilikantam. So here he is saying, therefore, Akhilaha Devaha Sada Upasate. The word Devaha can be understood in two ways. One is, the word Deva is many times used to refer to Indriyani. So Indriyani, so all the Indriyas function at the command of this. Keneshitam vachamimam vadanti chakshushrotram kavudevo yunakti. This is what the other Upanishad says. So therefore, we have to understand Akhila Devaha Sadopasate. So Devaha Sada Upasate means, so Devaha here is to be understood as Indriyani. Akhilaha Devaha Sada Upasate. So let me take you to the mantra and its commentary now. There are a couple of interesting things in the mantra and its commentary. The mantra says, Urdhvam pranam unnayati apanam pratyagasyati madhye vamanamasinam vishvedeva upasate. The word Vamana is something which is interesting here. So that is why I wanted to take you through the Bhashya. So here, Atmanaha Swarupadhigame Lingamuchyate. Lingam means an indicator. An indicator or a pointer to understand the nature of Atman. Understand? So it is an indicator or a pointer to understand the nature of Atman. So understanding the nature of Atman is very important. Atman is known, but not known the way it is to be known. So therefore he is saying, Swarupadhigame. Atmanaha adhigame. Nothing is required. The Swarupadhigame, that he is Chidrupa, that he is Anandarupa and so on, is to be understood. Atmanaha Swarupadhigame. See, Sarva Prerayita. Swarupadhigame Lingamuchyate. We are giving you a hint here, a pointer here. How? Urdhvam Hadayad Pranam Pranavrittim Vayum Unnayati. Unnayati means Urdhvam Gamayati. Okay? So just takes it up, okay, to flush out, or you can even take it as something which goes above also. Okay? So Buddhi, the supply of oxygen, etc., as they call. So Urdhvam Pranam Unnayati Gamayati. Then makes it go. You understand? Gamayati. So Nyanta. Okay? Makes it move. Urdhvam Gamayati. Then Katha Apanam Pratyak. The word Pratyak, as I was telling even on the earlier occasions. Something which is opposite to, that is the word pratyak means. The word pratyak means something opposite. Here, the opposite of what? No, opposite of urdhvagamana. Urdhvam nayati means adhaha. Okay. Asyati, kshipati, yaha iti vakya sheshaha. Understand? So, yaha pranam urdhvam nayati, yaha apanam pratyak asyati, saha atma. That is how you have to connect. So, therefore, he is saying, yaha iti vakya sheshaha. You have to supply it. So, tam atmanam madhye hridaya pundarika akashe asinam. See, hridaya pundarika akashe asinam means buddhau abhivyaktam. That is what it means. Okay? So, buddhau abhivyaktam. So, this hridaya pundarika is a certain metaphor which is employed in the Shrutis. Okay? So, it's not that it is not asina here, because he is asina everywhere. So, but it has to be understood as buddhau abhivyaktam. Okay? Hridaya pundarike akashe asinam buddhau abhivyaktam vijnana prakashanam. Now he says the word vamanam. Vamanam, Acharya interprets as vananiyam sambhajaniyam. How do you get this meaning for Vamana? The most famous example of Vamana is Pramshulabhe phale lobhat buddha puriva vamana. This Kalidasa at the beginning of Raghuvamsha, he says. So there it means someone who is short, hrasva. Okay, a fellow who is short is described as Vamana. Okay. In fact, there is an avatara, Vamana avatar. Well, that fellow came as a very short brahmachari who was just hardly 3 feet or 4 feet tall. So that fellow came. Therefore, it is Vamana. So here he is there. The verse is Mandah Kaviyashah Prathi. Beautiful simile there. Manda, Kalidasa says, I am a Manda, but I am seeking for the fame of a great Kavi. Kaviyashah Prathi. Gamishyami upahasyatam. I am going to be ashamed. Okay. So I will become a laughing stock for people. Upahasyatam. Gamishyami. There he gives the example, Pramshulabhe phale lobhat udbahureva vamanaha. Like a short fellow, the tree has some fruits, but it can be only reached by tall fellows. But the short fellow is just raising his hands. Can I get it? Can I get it? So it is not going to be possible. So as people will laugh at that fellow, okay, even if he jumps, there will be 2 more feet. So if he keeps on trying, people will laugh. That is how I will become a laughing stock. That's what he says. Vamanaha means short fellow. That is the common usage in which we find the word Vamana appearing. Now Acharya here tries to describe the meaning of Vamanam as Vananiyam. There is a dhatu. We have Vana Sambhajani. We have Vana Sambhajani. There is a dhatu. If we invoke that, then the form will be Vananam, not Vamana. See, Vananam will be the form. But there are certain things which are explained otherwise. sometimes some akshara gets transformed into some other akshara. In fact, I was asking somebody, so is it possible? So he was explaining to me that we can even think of the word Atman being formed like this. This is what he was saying. But anyway, I will check. That is a possibility. It cannot be ruled out. I'll just tell. See, this is explained through the dhatu apluvyaptam. So atmanam, one can say apmanam. Right? So apluvyaptam, it is coming from there. So then one can just say, he says, Prashodaraditvat sadhu. This is a phrase in Vyakarana which people use. So similarly, one can think of this word, Vamanam, Vananam. So nakaraha makaratvena parinataha. So this is Prashodaraditvat sadhu is a certain way of defending certain usages which do not really fall under the orbit of this grammar. Okay, kosha. Okay, so we can take it that way. Vamanam. Anyway, the meaning here is vananiyam, sambhajaniyam. Because this word from short, I mean, it can go to describe certain things which are the opposite of vananiyam. You understand? Not the sambhajaniya. So abhajaniyam is what is generally described by Vamana, metaphorically also. So here we say no, he's a small man, he's a tall man, tall figure. So tall figure means so sarira akritehe na, okay, by accomplishments. Similarly, he is a very small man means, I mean, he is nicha. Okay, so small in thinking. So we use that kind of phrases. So that will not fit in. Here it is the other way around. Vamanam vananiyam sambhajaniyam vishve devaha. So vishve deva upasate. So here vishve deva, it is two words. Sometimes in Sanskrit there is a phrase vishve deva. So that is not the thing. Here vishve means sarve. You have to understand. That is why Bhagavad Pada here says Vishve Sarve Deva. Understand? That is why Rāmarāyakavi here uses this Akhilaha Deva. So Vishve Sarve Devaha Chakshuradeyaha Pranaha Rupadi Vijnanam Balimupaharantaha. So here Upasate means someone who is serving, right? So here what he is saying is Sarve Devaha Upasate. How do they serve? So the service is explained by an example here. Vishaiva Rajanam. Vishaha. How do you understand? Vid Visho Vishaha. This Vid Shabda is Vaishyavachaka. Vid Shabda is Vaishyavachaka. So Vishaha Iva Rajan. So this is something.
Businessman.
Exactly. See, businessman, correct. See, that is there all the time. See, this businessman going and pleasing the people in power. So this is there. So for all times this is. So that is why he is giving this example. Vishaha iva rajanam. So similarly here what is happening in this Sharira? These Indriyani, they go and serve. By fetching what? So those fellows take Vitta Kosha with them. So here it is not that kosha, but rupadi vijnanam. Understand? So these indriyas fetch the jnana which is to arise here. So rupadi vijnanam balim upaharantaha. See, bali is tax. Balim is balim upaharantaha. That which is supposed to be paid. Formally, informally. Balim upaharantaha. Vishaha iva rajanam upasate. See, chakshuradayaha pranaha. So the word pranaha is also used in that context of indriyani. Okay. Pranaha rupadi vijnanam balim upaharantaha. Vishaiva rajanam upasate. Tadarthena anuparatam vyaparaha bhavanti ityarthaha. Okay. So not all of them, one can take it as this sentence can be understood at two levels. Some of these are not stopping their action in a continuous manner. Understand? In a continuous manner. Anuparatam vyaparaha. If you take, so uparata means taking a break. So anuparatam vyaparaha means their activity is continuous, so without any kind of cessation. This will happen for prana. Whether you sleep, whether you dream, whether you work, this prana vyapara is anuparata vyapara. Therefore, one can take this sentence in two parts also. Chakshuradayaha rupadi vijnanam balimupaharantaha pranaha anuparata vyaparaha. But that is not that swarasa. You can take both, and then even with reference to this anuparata vyaparaha, one can use that. This is what is called chhatrinyaya. When you are referring to a group, not all are participating. Okay? Some are participating, some are not participating. So suppose you sit in the class now. The students were listening. Among them, some may be listening. Or some may not be listening. But you will say they are listening, right? So that is how it is. So chhatrinyaya. Okay, sarve devaha chakshuradayaha pranaha rupadi vijnanam balimupaharantaha vishaiva rajanam upasate tadarthena anuparatam vyaparaha bhavanti ityarthaha. Okay. Now, the last sentence is very important. What is the sentence? Yadathaha yatprayuktascha sarve ajukaranam vyaparaha saha anyaha siddhaha iti vakyarthaha. This is a very important, interesting sentence. What is said here? There are two things. Yadathaha yatprayuktascha. So that is why he said yaha iti vakyasheshaha. So that entity for whom they are working, driven by whom they are functioning. There are two things. So yadarthaha means yat prayojanaya. Understand? So yadarthaha yat prayuktascha. Okay? Yat prayuktaha means, see, suppose I say, go and bring this. So your activity that is happening is because of listening to this word. Correct. So this yat prayuktaha means at the instance of whom. Yat prayuktascha sarve vayukarana vyaparaha. Whether it is vayu vyapara or any other indriya vyapara. Soyam siddha iti vakyartha. Now this vakyartha which was stated here by Bhagavad Pada is going to be explained further in the next mantra, the fourth mantra. The fourth mantra, in fact, only after mantra 3 and mantra 4, we find etadvaitat in the Upanishad. Okay? There is a etadvaitat. This will keep coming in many places. Tat means, so etat vai tat. Tat, whatever you are asked, you asked, eyam prete vichikitsa, tat etat, etadvaitat. So that is how the etadvaitat has to be understood. That etadvaitat comes after the fourth mantra. The fourth mantra goes like this. Asya visram samanasya sharirasthasya dehinaha dehad vimuchyamanasya kimatra parishishyate etadvaitat. So this is how he says. Asya visram samanasya sharirasthasya dehinaha dehad vimuchyamanasya kimatra parishishyate etadvaitat. So I will explain this and then we will come to this third quarter. So this third quarter of the verse essentially presents this mantra's meaning. Asya means asya visram samanasya. So visram samanasya. So visram samanasya, see, is that which is leaving away, slips. Okay. So asya visram samanasya sharirasthasya dehinaha dehinau dehinaha. Okay. Dehinam dehinau dehinaha. So here which vibhakti is used? Dehavataha. So now Bhagavad Pada's commentary goes like this. Kincha means moreover. Asya sharirasthasya atmanaha. Sharirasthaha yaha atmanaha. Sharire tishtati. Okay. So tishtati itself implies like grihe tishtati, dwari tishtati. Suppose you say your connection is established for a certain period of time. So similarly, for the Chaitanyabhivyakti to happen for a certain period of time, so it gets associated with the Sharira. So here he is saying, Asya Sharirasthasya Atmanaha Visram Samanasya Bhramshamanasya Bhramshanam, sleeping. Dehinaha Dehavataha. In fact, he says further, Visram Samana Shabdarthamaha. See, this mantra itself explains. Okay, further. Visram Samana Shabdarthamaha Dehad Vimuchyamanasya iti. See, Dehad Vimuchyamanasya. So this Sukshma Sharira, this Sukshma Sharira gets associated with a particular Deha at a given point of time and then leaves the association at a different point of time. Now, this leaving this association from this Sharira is what is referred by the phenomenon Visram Samanasya Dehad Vimuchyamanasya Kimatra Parishishyate Pranadikalape Nakinchana Parihishyate. So Pranadikalapa here refers to the bunch. Okay. Samuha. Okay. So the bunch of this Pranadikalape nakinchana parishishyati. What remains is simple, achetana, mortal, free. So the point here is, for this activity to happen, so earlier, a non-stopping activity, an activity which does not have any kind of cessation, was described. And this activity comes to a halt the moment a certain separation happens. So that is what he is trying to refer to. Asya visramsamanasya sharirasthasya dehinaha dehad vimuchyamanasya kimatra parishishyate. So if you ask this question, na kimapi parishishyate. Okay, nothing remains. So that is what is meant. Okay, kimatra parishishyate pranadikalape nakinchana parishishyate. So no more activity, nothing. Such a complex activity which was happening in the Sharira. So nothing is happening. Atra dehe, further Acharya explains, Atra dehe puraswami vidravane iva puravasinam yasya atmanaha apagame. Puraswami means someone who is occupying the position of being head. Okay. In fact, in Shastra they say, where you should not say stay. Where you should not stay. Okay, this is one of the questions. So for that, one of the answers is, where there is no Raja. So this essentially means, so a certain framework in which everybody has to function is established. Okay. So similarly here he is saying, Atra dehe puraswami vidravane iva puravasinam. Understand? Suppose you think of someone who has been given some about 8-10 security people. Okay. So the moment Swami leaves, they also have to leave. They cannot be staying there because you are supposed to be around. So that is how he is saying, Atra dehe puraswami vidravane iva puravasinam yasya atmanaha apagami. Yasya atmanaha apagame. This atma is the puravasi, puraswami. Understand? So the puraswami. So this is how it started, no? Puramekadasadvaram ajasyavakra chetasaha. So the puraswami is this atman. So here, yasya atmanaha apagame. Kshanamattrat karya karana kalaparupam sarvamidam hatabalam vidhvastam bhavati. So all of them, that's all, completely stop functioning. Hatabalam vidhvastam bhavati, vinashtam bhavati, saha anyaha siddhaha atma. If you look at this commentary which was presented by Bhagavad Pada, he said, Lingam darishayati. Lingam means there is a certain hetu. Okay. How do we understand the Anumana here? See, Sarve prana karana vyaparaha. Repeat. Sarve prana karana vyaparaha.
Sarve prana
Karana.
vyaparaha.
Sarve, in the previous mantra, prana karana vyaparaha. Prana vyaparaha, karana vyaparaha. Prana vyaparaha, karana vyaparaha. Prana karana vyaparaha. Okay? So prana vyapara was described. Karana Vyapara was also described. Okay? So, yatha Vishaha Rajanam Sevante Tatha Pranakarana Vyaparaha Atmanam Sevante. Okay? It is meant for that. Atmartha. That is what was stated. So, Sarve Pranakarana Vyaparaha Chetanarthaha Tat Prayuktascha Bhavitumarhanti. Okay? What will you say? Chetanarthaha Chetana Prayuktascha Bhavitumarhanti. This is what you want to. This is the sadhya.
Yes. This is the pratignya.
Chetanarthaha.
Chetanarthaha.
Chetana Prayuktascha Bhavitumarhanti. Now you have to supply the hetu. Okay? See, Sarve Pranakarana Vyaparaha. That is what Bhagavad Pada was saying. See, Yadarthaha Yadprayuktaha. See, Yadarthaha Yadprayuktaha Sarve Pranakarana Vyaparaha Saha Anyaha Siddhaha. That is what he was saying. Saha Anyaha Siddhaha. Now the other person has to be now brought in. Okay? So, Yadarthaha Bhavitumarhanti. Okay? Now you say, why? You have to say, Jadacheshtatvat. This Prana Vyapara is a certain action. No? Jadapadartha. Understand? So, Jadacheshtatvat. Jadacheshtatvat. Repeat. Jadacheshtatvat. Now you have to give the example. Rathacheshtavat. See, so Rathacheshtavat. So this Rathacheshta does not happen on its own. Rathastu gacchati. Right? Kada gacchati. The Swami has to come and sit and then say the driver go. Right? So otherwise it doesn't go. So that is how we have to understand. See, Sarve Pranakarana Vyaparaha Chetanarthaha Chetana Prayuktascha Bhavitumarhanti. Kutaha Jadacheshtatvat Rathacheshtavat. So this is how the linga is being said. Okay. In fact, further one can say, why not? Okay. So this is the kind of anumana that is being intended through the mantra. So before moving to the last line, because this Vamana word, I found a very interesting usage in one of the kavyas. So now that Aradhana is keen to learn more verses, so we will give her an exercise. Okay, this Vamana, with that we will conclude this class. There is an interesting verse. This interesting verse, one I quoted from Kalidasa. There is yet another interesting usage of the word Vamana done by Harsha in Naishadha. It is a very interesting verse. He has a nice way of looking at things. He is a great fellow, intellect, giant. I will tell you the verse, repeat, then we will see the meaning. Okay. Vidhistusharartu. 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 Dinani kartam. Dinani kartam. Dinani kartam. Kartam vinirmati. Kartam vinirmati.
Kartam vinirmati.
Tadanta bhinnaihi. Tadanta bhinnaihi. Tadanta bhinnaihi. Jyotsnirna chet. Jyotsnirna chet. Jyotsnirna chet. Tat pratima imava. Tat pratima imava. Tat pratima imava. Katham katham tani cha. Katham katham tani cha. Katham katham tani cha vamanani. Vamanani. So this is an interesting description that he is making of what we keep observing with a reference to the increase and decrease in the duration of the day. Okay, this is the background. Not very straightforward, but it is a very interesting description. Vidhihi means Brahma, the one who has set up the world to function the way it is functioning. Okay, that is what is Vidhihi. Okay, Vidhi. So this Vidhihi, so one can think of some Chetana which is responsible for any act that is happening. This is the overall philosophy. You understand? Whether it is Prana Cheshta or Karana Cheshta or Manushya Cheshta. 100 workers may be working in the building. It is for some Swami. They are putting all these things together because some Swami has directed to do. Okay, there is a certain prayojana, yadarthaha, yad prayuktascha. You understand? Yad prayukta goes there. So yadarthaha for whom? You understand? If this is not happening. This is how one understands the whole thing. In a similar manner, there are various changes which are happening, various activities that are happening at the larger scale also. That is how in the Upanishad you will say. So this Chandraha udeti, Suryaha udeti, Astameti. It was there even earlier also. Yataschodeti Suryaha Astam yatra cha gacchati. This is what we saw even in Katha Upanishad earlier. So similarly here he is saying Dinani kartam kartam. Not kartum kartum. It is kartam kartam. It is a ipsa, namul. Okay. So kartam kartam means, so whenever there is a punah punaha. Okay. So an action which is repeatedly happening. Okay. So here he says kartam kartam. Kartam here means basically kartanam. Kartanam means chopping. Understand? So chedanam. Chedanam is kartanam. Kadali phalasya kartanam kuru means you cut that, you chop into various pieces. So this is how we use the word kartam. So you can say kartam kartam angulimapi kartitavan. So this happens, right? Then you put a bandage. So you repeatedly keep cutting. Sometimes if you are anavadhana, then some skin will also be cut. So here he is saying kartam kartam means repeatedly cutting. So who was cutting this? He says Vidhata did that. In what season does he do? So there he says, see, so this is basically occurring towards the end. Kartam kartam. Which season? Tusharartu. Tusharartu. Ritu. We have in the Upanishads, we have a few seasons described. 5 of them, 6 of them. Sometimes you club the last 2. See, Vasantamritunam prinami, Grishmamritunam prinami, Varshartunam prinami, Sharadamritunam prinami. Then the Upanishad will say Hemanta Shishiravrtunam prinami. These are the Ritus. Vasanta, Grishma, Varsha, Sharat, then Hemanta, then we have Shishira. These are the 6 Ritus. Now this Tusharartu, okay, so you can take it to be referring to the last 2. Okay, you can refer to one or two, last two. I think that's how one can take. In that, what happens is, in that Ritu, the duration of the day keeps decreasing. The duration of the day keeps decreasing. For that, he is describing Vidhistusharartu dinani kartam kartam vinirmati tadantamishreihi Jyotsnihi. So Jyotsnihi means, Jyotsna actually means, now this Jyotsnihi is referring to the duration of the day here. Okay. Jyotsnihi nachet, duration of the night. Understand? Night. So nachet tat pratima iva va katham katham tani cha vamanani. Now he is saying, tani katham katham vamanani. Vamana means they are becoming shorter and shorter. So it is in that sense he is using the word vamanani. So vamanani kani bhavanti, tani dinani. Understand? Those days in that season, they keep on reducing. Understand? So tani dinani, in those seasons, see, when it comes to December, so things will keep decreasing, the duration of the day in that season. So they will keep decreasing, and this night's duration keeps increasing. Okay, if he were not to cut there and add here, how will this keep increasing and that keeps decreasing? Okay, so this is a very interesting usage of the word vamanani. Dinani vamanani means the days are becoming shorter. This is a nice poetic imagination. Okay, the nature has created it this way. That is what he is trying to convey here. Okay, vidhistusharartu dinani kartam 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 vinirmati tadantamishreihi tadantabhinnaihi. Okay, tadanta means that madhya. Okay, so sandhya, between the two. Jyotsnirna chetat pratima ima va katham katham tani cha vamanani. Okay, we'll stop here. Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sahavirjam Karavavahi Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahi. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Sarve Sukhina Santu Sarve Santu Niramayaha Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu Ma Kaschid Dukha Bhag Bhavet. Om